I found this story on Instagram and I thought it was something we could look at together. As always, I leave the content creators information, so if you want to watch the story without my interruption, you are more than welcome to do so. Alright, let's get right.
This is a story time about how my Hinge date died on. This is a story time about how my Hinge date died on the way to the date. So me and this man, we'll call him Nathan. That's actually a very good nickname. We'll call him Nathan. So we met on Hinge, right? Okay, we matched. It was like giving really flirty banter, a little too flirty actually for my liking. Like it was a little lustful, and this should have been the telltale sign that things weren't going to be right with him. So yes, it was a little lustful, but like I was also in a phase of like, let's just talk to people. Like let's just talk and just see what happens. And like we were talking, and then like we went over to text, and like it was really good conversation. I don't know how to explain. Like it transitioned very nicely, and I'm the head love bomber in charge, right? Like I love when things are just moving. Sorry, let me compose myself. I love when things are moving fast and nice, right? So he was the one initiating it like heavy, and I don't know why that really electrified my soul and my heart. I was like, wait, I had to be the one telling him like, calm down, keep it cute, but like no, this man was like moving head over heels, as in I'd be sleeping, like my beautiful head down at night, and at like 3 a.m. he's sending me pictures from my Instagram of myself like, oh yeah, that's my wife. That's like, guys, and y'all, I'm eating it on up. I'm eating it up. So we're planning like when we're gonna see each other. Like, so when we matched, he was in his hometown. He wasn't in New York. And then he was coming back to New York, and we were planning to see each other. So the plan was we were going to meet at this bar in the city. And after the bar, we were gonna go to his best friend's birthday party, which like introducing me to the best friend. Like, guys, this is how we were moving. I can't even like.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit throwing me off. Didn't this man die on the way to the date? Why are you smiling so hard? This is supposed to be a sad moment. This is supposed to be sad.
We went to the details of how locked in we were. Fucking hours on the phone. Consistent texting. Mind you, I hated texting. Like, I still am to this day. And I remember telling him that. And he's like, oh, you want to learn to like it with me, baby girl. Mind you, he was not my usual, but so the day before the date, right? We are on the phone. He's getting a haircut. I'm on the phone with him while he's getting a haircut for this date. And we're talking about how we're so excited to see each other. And let's just fast forward. Okay, the date day. We're texting. We're still on for today? Yeah. In fact, hold up. In these messages, he's asking me, this is 3:15 p.m. Our plans are at 7. He's asking me what kind of like drinks do I like. I let him know. He's like, promise I'll get you whatever your heart desires. You know the love bummer, yeah, guys. And I'm like, you're the cutest. I'll let you know when I'm on the way. He says, perfect, boo. This is 6:04 now. He says, just checking to see if you're on the way. I text back, I am. Was just gonna text you. ETA is looking like 7:03. He says, perfect, no rush, heart emoji. At 6:56, I say, be there in 10. He says, lovely. I'm hanging out across. Pay attention, guys. This is very important. He says, I'm hanging out across the street. I say, oh, what does that mean? He says, like, literally across the street from the bar. Guys, I arrived shortly after that text. Oh my God, goosebumps. Hold on. I pull up to the scene. Hair, makeup, fit. I'm giving a sickening experience, right? Like, you know, I'm ready. Like, this is my man, right? Like, we've been building a rapport. And I don't see anyone across the street. I don't see anyone in the front. Okay, cool. Let me go inside. I'm looking around. And first of all, like, everyone looks at me in the establishment. I said, wait, y'all never seen him out of here? Everyone looks at me. I'm like, wait, was I not invited? But, you know, like, whatever. Maybe it was just in my head, but it wasn't. But I don't see him anywhere. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to have a seat at the bar. No. I went to the bathroom. I remember I went to the bathroom because I was like, let me, like, you know, make sure my face is looking nice. And I'm like, you know what I mean? And I'll text him. I definitely called him, actually, before I texted. I called, and now I'm in the bathroom. And I'm like, why do you have me looking silly? Like, I text that, you know, eyebrow, raise emoji. And then I say, I'm inside. Okay. And then, you know, at this point, I sent that maybe, like, a minute later. I leave the bathroom, and I just have a seat at the bar. I'm not going to wait. I order a little wine. You know, let me just kill some time. 2 minutes turned into 5. 5 turned into 10. At that point, I said, okay, wait. I obviously know what's going on.
You got
At this point, y'all,
I don't understand people that do that. There's no way I'm about to juice you up. Like, yeah, we finna go on a date. We gonna have fun. I'm gonna get you whatever you like. Love bombing you. And then stand you up. I don't understand people that do that, dog. The catfishing shit. Acting like somebody you not. And then inviting somebody on a date and standing them up. Demonic behavior. I'm going to say it first. Demonic behavior. Some of y'all might not think it's that serious because that means you guilty of doing that shit.
I'm finishing my wine. I'm trying to finish my wine as fast as I can. This wine tastes like Bumba Clot, by the way, but I'm trying to finish it off because I'm trying to skedaddle on out of there and get the rest of my pride up. Yeah. Because I feel like at this point, people like knew I had gotten stood up. And like I finish it off, I pay for the wine, and I'm like, oh, at this point too, I've unmatched him on Hinge. I've unfollowed him on Instagram. And I'm like, let me just get on out of here. And that was like, by the time like I came into the place and the time I was leaving, it was probably like 25 minutes. Guys, I go on with the rest of my day. Luckily, I had like backup plans, kind of like my girls were in the city and I hung out with them afterwards. But I remember telling them this story and being like, this is crazy. Guys, as I'm hanging, mind you, our date was at 7 p.m. At 10:14 p.m., I get a groundbreaking text. I'm with my friend at this point. I'm at her apartment. We get this text together. It reads like so. Hey, this is Nathan's friend. We'll call him Miles. Hey, this is Nathan's friend Miles. He got transported to the hospital this evening. He got blindsided by a car while riding a city bike. He asked me to text you and let you know. He said to apologize it took so long. We just got to see him now and got his phone for him. Guys, and here's the way my mind works. I was in such a state of like, there's no way anyone would just stand me up, especially someone who's love bombed me to such a capacity. In my mind, I said the only way he could have stood me up is if he got struck by some type of motor vehicle. So when I got this text, I said,
You stupid as hell. First off, alright, I know how I said that I think people who do this type of thing is stupid. But if I was going to do that, I would have came up with a different excuse. What I would have did, I would have hit you up from a Google number. I would have hit you up with a rant from a fake number. And I would have been like, hey, something happened to my friend and he gave me your number because he said he was going on a date with you. Do you know where he's at? Like, do you know what's going on? At this point, none of us have spoken to him all day and we're worried. I'd have hit you with that text. From the Google number. I'd have wait for you to respond. You know what's crazy? I just gave that whole speech about how that be standing bitches up and doing all that catfishing and all that is so evil and demonic. And here I am giving y'all the play-by-play. I'm going to stop talking. But that right there is obvious. They just got your phone? Huh? So that you in the hospital bed and you just going to say, here's my phone. Go ahead and text the girl I was supposed to link up with. Please.
It was like emotional. Guys, I literally got so emotional. I said, oh my God. The man was killed. The man was struck and like there's no way he's missing our date. And I texted, I even remember telling my family, like, guys, like, look at this text. Like, he explained, because I was in contact with them the whole day. And they were like, no, something's not adding up. It was my friend that was like, this seems, and my mom. My friend and my mom were like, this seems fishy as frick. Like, you need to press this a bit more. Like, say, like, so let them know you're still in the area. What hospital is this? And that's exactly what I did. I let Miles know. Mind you, this is from Nathan's phone. So I let Miles know through Nathan's phone, hey, I'm still in the area. What hospital is this? Nothing. Silence. Nothing and silence. And yeah, that's just that. That was the end of the night. I remember, I think the next day, or no, like 3 days later, he unfollowed me back on Instagram. At thinking like he's in ICU, critical condition, broken knuckles, broken shins, broken elbows, broken limbs. But you're unfollowing me on Instagram? I said, okay. Okay, you made up a story to get out of her date. But what is really confusing about this case, right? What never sat right with me about this case is that this was in September 2025. It is now May 2026. He was like a pretty like consistent poster on like the gram, right? He hasn't posted since September. He hasn't posted since our date. So like I need true crime TikTok on this case because I'm confused to this day. But I believe he's somewhere roaming New York on the city bike. This is a story time about how my Hinge date.
At this point, his spirit is out there roaming New York on the city bike. He haunting them streets. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, okay? When I was single, now they want to cut grass. Now they want to cut grass. When I was single, Instagram wasn't a thing. Hinge wasn't a thing. I believe where folks was really getting down at was Plenty of Fish. You either was on Facebook or Plenty of Fish. All right? Did I catch me some joints over Facebook? Yes. Plenty of Fish? No. The type of joints I seen my boys was bringing to the crib off of Plenty of Fish scared me. So that wasn't my cup of tea. You feel me? But later on in years, right? My homeboy had moved out here, and he on Hinge, he on Tinder, and he's going crazy. He's meeting all types of joints, and every one of them joints came with what's the place from Batman? Every one of them joints felt as though they came from Arkham Asylum. Everyone. He had a stalker. He had a stalker. Did he crack? I don't remember if he cracked. I think he did crack. And then she just started popping up at the crib. She started popping up at the crib like randomly. Oh, I'm in the area. What are you doing? Okay. With her night bag. Now, mind you, this like a week, 2 weeks after knowing her. She just randomly popping up at the crib. We talking about it. I'm like, boy, that bitch probably homeless. She looking for a roommate. Right? So, I think this the straw that broke the camel's back. This when he had to tell her, like, all right, yo, you doing too much. They talking, they texting or whatever. And she, like, I don't know why he even told her this shit. He told her that him and his homeboy finna go out. She's like, oh, really? Wait, what club? Like, that's what's up, And she's giving suggestions to clubs to go out, but they already had in mind, wait, we're going right here. We're going to this club right here. All right. Texting again, where you at? So he like, what you mean, where I'm at? She's like, oh, where you at? He's like, I'm in such and such. She's like, yeah, I know. I'm here too. Where are you? This showed up to the club. The same club that this man and his homeboy went to, this heifer showed up. You wasn't thinking about going to the club. You wasn't invited. What are you doing here? I was like, yeah, bro, get rid of her. Get rid of her ASAP. ASAP. It's a whole bunch of other more stories pertaining to my boy. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna call no names because he got a girl now. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want him to come on here and tell some of these stories, and I can sit back and y'all can sit back and listen to these stories. Because, bro, the shit I was seeing him going through and all these Arkham Asylum patients that he was dating, that told me that I made the right decision by getting married when I got married. Because there was no way. There was no way I was dealing with any of that. Imagine you watching all my videos, laughing your ass off, but you still ain't subscribed. You got commitment issues, dog? It's free. It is free for you to subscribe.